How's everybody doing today out there in digital world? Zoo Adventures today on this wonderful Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And I have two amazing guests with me today. And I'm so excited to be able to share this with you. A really unique segment today, all about the zoo's art in the park. Brooksides, Steve Runfeld, thank you so much for being here today.
Yes.
It's awesome to see both of you here sharing this information with us. First off, Brooke, you are what here at the zoo?
I am the art director, so I supervise the graphics section. We make all the interpretive graphics, the marketing graphics, and wayfinding in the park.
And I am lucky enough to be able to work with Brooke on a lot of those interps in the park. So anything you come and read, there's a team involved with putting all that together. Things that you do, how to get from point A to point B. It's a really neat thing. Mr. Runfeld, Steve,
Yes.
How are you today?
Very well, thanks.
Awesome. And what do you do today here at the zoo?
My position is the curator of exhibit design.
Curator of
So
exhibit
I'm
design.
over all of the exhibits, the animal exhibits.
Gotcha.
And I'm also over the arts collection.
You're over the arts collection.
Yes.
We made a good choice. So, I think the obvious question for both of you, and we'll do a kind of a different kind of take on it, is why art? So, what kind of pieces do we have here?
We have the arts master plan started in the early 90s
Oh, wow.
and has grown to over 100 pieces of art.
Seriously?
Yes. And we have nearly 70 sculptures in the park, ranging from bronzes.
Uh-huh.
There are several that are ceramic, that are concrete, steel, all different kinds of mediums. So
I know that word. Medium is the type of art, the type of material that
Yes.
the art pieces are made out of.
Yes. So we also feature over 60 artists.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes.
That's a bunch.
Yes. So it has grown exponentially over the last 25 years.
That is crazy. And
So-
pieces, and new pieces
Yes. And,
all the time, in quotes.
yes. And we're actually developing new programs for pieces
really?
right now.
That's interesting. I love it.
Yep.
Brooke,
Yes.
thank you. So we know what we have. Why have art in the park?
Why do we have art in the park?
That's my question to you.
That's a good question.
You don't get to come back with a question.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that.
Well, we have art in the park here because it really enhances the zoo's guest experience. It adds, beautiful character. It educates guests on different materials, and the anatomy sometimes of the animal is addressed through the artwork.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes there's broader concepts to the artwork. And it gives people with low vision an opportunity to experience the animal tactily. And it just gives kids also an opportunity to see an animal closer than they would sometimes through a habitat. So it really creates an awesome bonus for the guests when they come to the park.
And I think it's neat because some of the art is truly there to be touched, to be experienced by the guests that are coming in.
Yes, correct.
Oh, that is
We
so
encourage that. And there's a lot of bronze here that are very popular that kids can get on top of for photo ops, or they can get beside them for photo ops too.
Yeah.
And we have beautiful, unique pieces like lenticular glass, which as you move past the 2D artwork, the imagery changes.
Are you sure?
We also have kinetic artworks.
Kinetic? What
Yes.
does kinetic mean?
So kinetic means that the artwork is moving.
Oh,
And
the art piece itself.
yes. And some of our kinetic pieces move by the wind. So,
Oh, really?
Yes, very cool. And today we'll get to show you some of that throughout the park.
Exciting. Yeah, these two have put together the plan because Steve, I can tell you all about feathers. It's awesome to have these two with us today to go in deeper into the art pieces. Quick apology for all the sound. We are at the very entrance of the North Carolina Zoo, so there's traffic going back and forth, and we're at the entrance for a very important reason. What is the reason? Stay tuned. So this is...
Steve,
Yeah.
can I interrupt real quick?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
What you got?
I do want to share with you all that there is an art collection brochure available on the
Oh,
website
Nice.
and a map. So you can look at that before coming to the park.
Oh, cool.
So you know where to see all the artwork, and we also have people that come here in mind with touring the art collection.
So people
'Cause-
do come here for the art.
Yes, they do.
I love that.
Yep. And so that is available for you to access so that you can know what we have here.
Okay, cool. Well, we're at some big elephants here, and this sculpture results in the rhythmic interplay of concave and convex masses. If you didn't know that.
Yes.
So where are we, Brooke?
We are
She's
at
much better than I.
the approach of the entrance into the zoo.
Okay.
So we have this nice new fancy roundabout that leads you into the park, and you get the zoo's largest sculpture right here at the entrance. This is by Peter Wojtek, I believe from Connecticut. It's around 1998 that this sculpture came to the zoo. It is the largest in our collection, cast bronze. And some of my favorite features of this, when you get up close and personal, real close to it, you can see this beautiful patina.
You see that, Brett?
So the bronze has weathered and aged to where it gets these like gorgeous grains.
It is pretty.
And that's like my favorite thing.
Oh, it's above your head too.
Yeah, it's all over this gorgeous piece.
Nice.
And it makes a wonderful photo opportunity for families.
Aha!
There's an area you can pull off to the side here and park. You can bring your family, and parents can carefully, safely place their child maybe in the trunk.
Carefully, safely.
I can't do it myself. I tried.
On.
No, I'm too short. But you could have your child in. It gets a really cute photo.
That is neat.
And it just shows the dynamics of how the elephants work together in a herd, and it puts them in a more natural habitat. And the scale is so impressive. So it gets you closer.
Over there. That's so cool. And it's life size.
Yes.
It's life size. That is insane. I mean, as you all know, I'm 6'3".
5'3".
You get the dynamic perspective here.
Yeah.
You see that? Brett's like, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Well, so can we take a little tour of the elephants real quick?
Yes.
Let's go down here and see what else is. Brett, I've never come over. I mean, I've lived here forever. They are massive. It's so cool. What do you see? The elephant? Oh my goodness. Steve, we're taping. Thank you though, I appreciate that. 4 elephants? 1, 2, 3, 4. And Steve Runfeld. Awesome.
So the artist, as you can see, he focused on the form of the animal and not so much the detail. So some sculpture in the park you might see a lot more detail.
I didn't think about that.
He really focused more on the form and the size of the animals.
They are impressive. That is awesome. Digital friends, has anybody, do you all have any pictures with the elephants? Anybody out there have a picture? If you do, and it's easy to access, post it in the comments. We'd love to see. Brett.
Yes.
Why are you sitting up there?
I'm getting an artsy shot. We're being artsy.
Art day. Art in the park day.
Both hands on the wheel, though.
Oh, sorry. I got a little carried away. Steve, you mentioned something really cool a minute ago about those amazing bronze sculptures. About where they came from?
Yeah, I believe the artist sculpted the elephants in Connecticut, but sent them to China to have them molded and cast in China overseas.
How did they get here then?
Then they were sent back overseas on a freight line ship.
Wow.
So they boated back. They didn't fly. They didn't swim.
They weren't created, so they were just like riding a ship.
I like that. That's awesome. So how cool is that? Came from China over on a boat to North Carolina Zoo. That's cool. Thank you, Steve. Digital friends, we had a really great plan for you. Steve is here. Brooke is over there. They came up with some really cool stuff to share with you. And you were like, I want to show you one more thing. But it was so cool. We just had that kid all over this piece. That's young boy climbing up on it, yanking on that, sitting on it, straddling the cat. It was really cool to see.
He was all over it.
And it's designed for that, right? This piece is designed
Absolutely.
for that.
This is very accessible for our kids.
I love that.
Yep.
And it's awesome. But you wanted to come here for a particular reason. Why did you want to come here?
Because I wanted to show the bronze sculptures that are done on top.
Yeah.
Along with the base that was created by our own exhibit design staff. The
Whoa. Really?
Yes.
Brett, come here, Brett. So this is built, Steve?
Yes, this is artificial rock work, and it's concrete to make look like real rock. So it's carved concrete.
That is so cool. And was it done a long time ago? Because I see the lichen all over it.
No, it was done within the last 5 years.
Oh, really?
And the lichens are paint.
Wow.
It's painted on.
That's so realistic.
Can you get really?
Yes.
The lichen is painted onto this thing. That is so cool.
So our exhibit design staff are made up of a bunch of artists, basically.
Ah.
So we're able to use our artistic skills to replicate nature.
I love that.
And we do that with our artificial rock. We also do it with trees as well. That's an artificial stump.
This is artificial too.
Yes.
This is artificial.
Yes. Touch it.
No. Really? I'm going to do, let's see. Oh. That isn't wood, is it?
No, it's concrete.
Wow. If you look at the tree right next to it, it looks exactly like it.
Oh, great spot, Brett. Yeah.
That's amazing.
This is so cool. And somebody here did this.
Yes. The artist who did the bronze pieces is a local artist named Brian Brown.
This is Brian's pieces.
And the base was done by his exhibit designer, and his name is Sean Ross.
Wow. And that's done in-house.
And the whole piece is called The Family That Prays Together.
Ayo.
The family that prays together. That is so cool. That is such a neat thing. And this is a whole nother level of art in the park, having this rock work.
Yeah, you could say that, yes.
Oh, I'm going to say it. I want to stand by it. A whole nother level. That is, I mean, look at the tree. That is art. This is art. This is creativity. Digital friends, art? Give some thumbs up to the exhibits and design team. That's awesome. Can we show, Brett, can you?
Yeah.
Let's go show them a real rock.
Oh,
Come here.
I forgot.
Remember that one looked like.
Okay.
Shoot through there. Shoot through there, Brett.
That's a real rock.
That's a real rock.
Wow.
Seriously?
That's a real rock right there. It looks exactly the same.
That's insane.
That's amazing.
Can now I'm gonna test your skills, Brett. Now
Okay.
just pivot and show them the other piece. And there it is.
Wow.
A whole nother level of art in the park. So Brooke, where are we right now?
Well, I think Brett's showing us here. We are at the marsh.
We're at the marsh?
Yes.
Brett.
This is one of my favorite areas of the zoo.
Yeah.
And this piece right here, Zoological Egg Rest, is an awesome place to come and rest on your visit. It is one of the few sculptures here that we have an interpretation sign.
And that's what Brett was showing us a second ago, right?
Yeah,
So kind of interpreting the piece itself.
Yes, you can learn more about what animals these eggs are modeled after. This sculpture here is a Horace Farlow sculpture. He's a North Carolina artist.
Oh, cool.
Yep, this is Georgia marble.
Ooh.
And it's really beautiful. This is a nice way to remember the artist. Horace Farlow passed away a couple years ago.
Sorry to hear that.
He's really known for this beautiful marble styling.
It is very nice.
There's an opportunity to sit on the benches.
I was going to ask. This is legal,
Yes,
right? This is
yes.
totally legal to do what we're doing. We can sit on this. It's okay.
Yeah, it's really cool. One time I came by here and saw a flock of geese that had landed looking at the sculpture. And I was
Really?
like, this sculpture is enriching the animals.
I love that.
It was such a cool moment. It's a beautiful piece.
Do we know? Is there a goose egg here? Brett, was there a goose egg? Did you remember seeing? I don't know all the eggs that are
Some
here.
bird eggs. for
There's
sure.
a mure, I
Oh,
believe.
I know. That
Maybe
would be
a
the myrrh.
turtle.
That would be a myrrh. I'll tell you what. Let's do this. Brett, go back to the sign real quick. Come here, Brooke.
Can't remember them all.
So remember, I can't hear you all anymore because I got the mic. So Brett. Oh, Brooke's going to come back with us.
I don't know what they are.
Brett, which is which? I know you're loud enough.
Eastern box turtle is the one right next to you.
Eastern box turtle.
Okay.
Got it?
Eastern box turtle.
So Eastern box turtle is that one.
Eastern box turtle.
Great horned owl is the one next to it.
This one?
No. Steve.
Oh, this
That
one. This one.
Yes.
This is the great horned owl.
Yep. And then common mirror is next to that.
Get this. I got a fun story about this. My dad, love you, Pops, he made us a regular life-size thick-billed murreg that we use at our interpretive spots. Kind of cool.
That big one you were sitting on is a sandhill crane.
Ooh, looks kind of like thick-billed murre.
Except bigger.
It's much, much bigger. Sandhill crane, and what was Brooke leaning on?
And that last one is a rat snake.
Brooke, you were leaning on a rat snake's egg.
It's pretty cool.
You okay with snakes?
I'm glad it's not that big in real life. That would be a little terrifying.
Be a little scared. That'd be a little spooky.
Yes.
So really cool. And one of those pieces, again, I think the word you used earlier was kinesthetic?
Kinetic.
Kinetic?
This is, yes, the next piece I'm showing you is kinetic.
Oh, I thought I was right. Hang on. Let's look at this next piece. Check this out. Digital friends, you're looking at murmuration.
Steve, that's murmuration.
That's what I said. Murmuration. What is it?
Murmuration.
Murmuration. That's
There
good.
you go.
Murmuration. So you're looking at murmuration here. Tell us about this piece. This is kind of cool. It's moving.
Yes.
That's awesome.
This is such a cool piece. This is kinetic art. So this sculpture, which is made out of stainless steel starlings on the top there and
Oh.
recycled steel base. This is
Oh,
made.
this is recycled steel.
Yes, it is.
Oh, cool.
This piece is made by Mike Roy, and he is a Carborough, North Carolina artist.
Wow. Local guy. That's
Where
awesome.
I live.
Yeah.
You're in Carborough,
Shout
Brett?
out to Carborough.
One of my favorite things about this piece is that dependent on the weather and the wind,
Yeah.
it changes its speed as it's moving. And it's in such a beautiful location here in North
Oh, it
America.
is. Look at this.
Right over the North America lake. You've got beautiful lily pads. You can hear the frogs and all the insects. And it's just a really amazing opportunity to come here and like take some time and just watch it. It's real impressive.
It is cool. And I love that
Yeah.
it's a big piece
Mhm.
and it's moving, which is kind of cool. Catches people's eye immediately. I think that's really fascinating.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize it's stainless steel and then recycled steel. That's awesome. Brett, do you know why it's called a murmuration?
I do not know why it's called a murmuration. Why?
Because a murmuration is a group or a flock of starlings. That's what a group of starlings is called. Do you know what a group of rhinos is called?
I should, but I'm sorry.
It's called a crash.
It's called a crash.
I knew that one.
What about a group of crows?
Oh, Lord. I don't know.
Steve Runfeld, do you know what a group of crows is called?
I do not.
A murder.
A murder
Oh,
of
Do
crows.
you know what a group of two crows is called?
Best friends.
Attempted murder.
Ah! Okay, let's show them the art. Hang tight, y'all. We have a lot more to share with you. This is an awesome shot of a polar bear, Steve.
I see.
And there's something really cool about this polar bear, however, and the fish underneath. Digital guests, check this out.
This piece is called Arctic Terns, and the artist's name is Rufus Cedar. And
Arctic
this,
Terns.
yes, this is one of our two-dimensional pieces.
It sure doesn't look two-dimensional, Steve.
Right. But this is a glass piece, and it's using a technology called lenticular glass, where
Huh.
digital images are printed onto lens material. And it's
That's cool.
as you pass by it, it's made to look animated.
That
Like
is
it's
so
moving.
neat. It is moving. That polar bear is punching through the ice,
Mhm.
which is a natural behavior for polar bears. They're going to be punching through the ice. Oftentimes, they're looking for seals, seal pups, or in this case, can you see the fish?
Yes. Oh, there's definitely fish down there.
There's definitely fish down there. All right, so, and there's another one behind you, Brett. Can we show that one off too?
Yeah, we have several pieces.
Oh, there are.
Several pieces throughout the Rocky Coast exhibits. And yes,
And they all move like this.
they all move like this. They're all animated.
I love that. They're truly moving around. That is so neat. And this one's kind of cool because it goes into another kind of a darker scene down here at the bottom where the octopus is. And it works either direction.
It does.
Look at Brett going backwards. And there's several different pieces like this. And this is showing like some of the habitat. Arctic terns makes sense. You're finding these animals, you're finding this kind of space in the Arctic waters.
It's showing all the marine life in the Arctic.
I love it. That is so interesting. And there's several pieces, you said, right?
Yeah, I believe there's 7 or 8 pieces.
Awesome. Digital friend, there's another really colorful one. You want to see that? Stay tuned. Hey, digital friends, this is another one of those pieces of the Arctic terns. Can you follow the squid? How cool is that? Starfish moving.
Oh, looks like fishers.
Oh, look at the boats. Yep.
Some fishing going on.
Oh, yeah. Mass fishing, huh, down there.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. I bet that's part of the story they're trying to tell with this piece, huh?
Yeah. What story is that, Steve?
Overfishing in some places can be very detrimental
Oh, yeah.
as you come over, but if you can do it right, that's much better for the entire Arctic ecosystem. How you doing up here, Brooke?
Oh, good.
You look great.
Thank you.
You look great. Steve, where are we today?
We are in Africa near the African Plains exhibit.
Why is this rhino escaped?
This is one of our more realistic sculptures in
Yeah.
the park. You can see some of the detail. It's very similar to the size and detail of what you might see a real rhino look like.
Yeah, this is so cool. And the big old white rhino, you have the one big long horn in the front and secondary horn back there.
Mhm.
What's this one made of?
This
What is the medium?
This is bronze. This is bronze as well.
Oh, so it's kind of like the elephants we met at the front of the park?
Yes. Bronze is
cool.
a combination of copper and tin. It's a mixture of metals.
That's bronze. What do you say it is? Copper and tin?
Copper and tin.
That makes bronze.
Mhm.
Digital friends, you know that? Copper and tin make bronze. Very cool. And this is life size.
Life size. The artist's name is John Paul Harris.
I slid.
Hang in there, Brooke. Hang in there. Brooke is demonstrating it is supposed to be climbed
It
on.
is
I know you're getting ready to talk about
climbable.
some stuff real quick, but want to make sure Brooke is demonstrating that it is climbable and hold on to a bull, apparently.
Yeah.
So who's
Yeah.
the artist again, Steve?
John Paul Harris, he's a local artist who actually used to be an exhibit designer here at the zoo as well.
Another zoo person,
Yep.
kind of with a legacy here at the
Yes.
zoo.
Yep.
Very nice.
And it's just the name of the piece is just white rhinoceros.
As well it should be.
Mhm.
Lisa, that is so neat. And this is a way, I love what you were saying earlier, that people can get an idea of what a white rhino looks like in person. If you haven't gotten to be able to take the safari experience out onto the habitat,
Yeah.
you can get real close via this.
Yeah, many
animal.
guests aren't able to get this close to a real
No.
rhino, so this is a great experience where you can actually come up and touch
That is so
and
cool.
be so close to a rhino.
Nice. Very good.
And, this is very popular with our children.
I see, I'm going to make a little bit of an assumption here, where it's kind of been almost hand polished,
Yeah.
where a lot of hands have been on it. Brooke demonstrating that, yes, this is where.
These are the handles. Stick it up here.
That is
And
fantastic. Bye, Brooke. Bye, Brooke. We're good. We'll wrap up in a second, Brooke. See ya. Bye. Gotta love this team. Imagine, this is our design fancy team here and having a lot of fun with you all day. So thank you so much for being here with us today, Steve. It's been fun. Chimpanzees, Brooke.
yes, this is the chimp troop. In the chimpanzee habitat area, we have 8 sculptures here that show the family dynamics and the interaction and behaviors between chimpanzees of various sizes. And it also, you can appreciate the anatomy and, their posture and the way they move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's really cool. And again, looks life-size-ish to me. Pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't finish them, Brooke.
They didn't finish them?
No, they're not smooth.
Oh, I got you.
They
I
didn't-
got you.
Somebody didn't finish.
Well, these are made by Bart Walter,
Okay.
and these are cast bronze. So, a little bit about the casting process is that your form that you would mold or model could be made out of clay or sometimes wax. And then
Oh, wow.
you would make a mold of that form. And then you would invest your metal. You would basically pour these bronze in a foundry. So the
You literally
mold,
pour,
yep,
I mean,
molten metal, really, really hot, gets poured into the mold.
mhm.
and then cooled. And so these would have actually been first formed out of another material. And that's how they have this really cool texture.
Neat. Okay.
Yep.
So when the gentleman created it, he created with that in mind. All those details are there. So how, this is going to be fun here. How do you know about that, Brooke?
Well, I studied metalsmithing in college.
I love that. It's so cool.
Non-ferrous metals, and I cast. And Steve here, he studied in college. Also, he does welding, so he works with ferrous metals that have iron in them.
Wow. So the tremendous background here is varied, but important and so neat and interesting in so many different ways. The team here is really cool. I'm going to sneak in front of you, Brooke, just for a second so we can get Steve and you in the picture. Because everybody comes with their own skill set, and then we put it all together to create some of this amazing work. Not necessarily us making all the art, but we have some of this expertise in the team. I think that's neat. And your background is in?
My background is actually in graphic design. But
Okay.
I learned a lot of metalworking on the job here at the zoo.
Gotcha.
I've been here for 30 years. So I've done a lot of welding, a lot of metalworking.
Wow. So, just because you said that, I want to turn this into a 15-second career spot. There's a lot of opportunities here. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of something like that. So we've got education, you got keepers, you got horts, you got plant people, you got all that. But then we have you all as well. And the varied experiences you are bringing, and in my opinion, making the North Carolina Zoo a really unique space. Because not every zoo has a Brooke or a Steve on staff, I imagine.
A lot of zoos outsource the work that Steve's department does, and even, the signs that I work in. A lot of the time that's outsourced. So we're very fortunate to have the equipment and staff here that can do a lot of this in-house.
I agree, 100%. Digital friends, think about that next time you're coming into the park. All the teams that are here, beyond just the animals and the plants that you're so dedicated and want to come see. So much more going on. Don't tune off yet, Brad. I want to show you. Back in a second. Check at this. Look at this. More family life. More fun. And just another way that the artist is bringing the animal alive for you, our digital friends, when you are in-person friends. Chimpanzee Troop, North Carolina Zoo.
Steve, I can't see the sculpture.
Oh, geez. Sorry about that. That was my bad. I was resting. Sorry about that. So, Steve.
Yes.
Other Steve. Steve R. What is this?
These are dung beetles made out of
course they
bronze
are.
as well.
That's so.
Of course, they're not life size.
They're not.
No, they're
not that big?
They're not that large.
That's awesome. Hey, maybe an unfair question. Why bronze? We've talked about it several times. Why bronze as a medium for a lot of the art pieces here?
Because it's very durable.
Oh, okay.
And it's easy to maintain. And it's just has a beautiful patina.
Oh, that is
color.
true. That's for sure.
It holds up over time.
Yep. And I love that even when it kind of gets worn, it still maintains that shape. You can kind of see the detail on it still. That's cool. So bronze, is that, I get, obviously a typical medium that people work in?
For most sculptors prefer bronze.
Okay, we've seen bronze today. We saw marble.
I'd say roughly half of our pieces, our sculptural pieces, are bronze.
Oh, half. Wow. Nice. What are they on here?
This is concrete. The dung is concrete.
Dungcrete. So that's concrete, and this was just because we talked about it at the family that prays together, the ocelot. Is this two kind of different pieces, or did one artist create this entire piece?
One artist, Chris Gabriel, created this entire piece.
Okay, so he did his base this time.
Yes.
Okay, cool. That is so neat.
The name of this piece is Nature's Recyclers.
Really? Nature's Recyclers.
Yes.
What a perfect title. Who was the artist again?
Chris Gabriel, and he's another local North Carolina artist.
Oh, wow. Well, Mr. Gable definitely nailed it on the title for this one. That is really cool. Do you know why it's called Nature's Recyclers?
Because they are using, maybe you should tell me, Steve.
Well, not that I set myself up or anything. Yeah, digital friends, dung beetles, do you know their role? Do you know one of the big niches, their jobs that they fill in the environment?
Imagine it has something to do with dung.
Brett, 10 points for you today. We're playing to 100, though, so you've got some catching up to do. Exactly, though. They're recycling the dung. So as nature's recyclers, they're taking that dung, rolling it up, as you see here, and they'll use it for a couple different things. They might eat it. They might lay an egg in it. And the larvae would eat the dung as they grow up. So they're really, really important animals out there. Another example of an animal that's kind of cleaning up the environment. Vultures do the same thing. Dung beetles on a little smaller scale, taking care of, getting rid of a lot of that waste material and throughout. And we do have dung beetles in North Carolina. If you live on a farm, I know, Brooke, you live on a farm over there. A lot of times if you have cattle or other types of animals, you might see dung beetles rolling up these pieces of dung, literally pushing them away. They are ridiculously strong animals, ridiculously powerful animals, taking care of themselves and their offspring. Nature's recyclers. Awesome. Another wonderful piece here, Steve. This is great to talk about. Building blocks.
This is called Some of the Parts.
Some of the parts.
Yes, and it was created by an artist named Dempsey Calhoun.
Okay.
Who is a North Carolina artist.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. And so, as you can see, it looks kind of like like building blocks, like children's building blocks.
I love it.
There are 20 blocks here.
Nice.
And they are reminiscent of the diversity of life on this planet.
Oh, cool. Can you show, Brett, can you get some of that? That's neat. So you've got, I see mammals in there. I see the amphibians, birds, polar bears. Yay, polar bears. Plants. So truly diversity. That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's sort of a celebration of life, so to speak.
Oh, I love that. Celebration of life. Oh, there's corn on it. Did you get the corn?
I can't see the corn from here.
We'll show you the corn in a second. It's really cute. What's it made of?
So we have stainless steel, the majority of the pieces are stainless steel.
Sure.
We have some bronze pieces. We have some mild steel pieces.
Oh.
I think there's some brass in here.
Okay.
And paint, of course.
And paint.
So
I knew the paint. That's awesome. Why are these two a little different?
These two are slightly separated from the rest of the
Can you see
blocks
that, Brett?
because these are endangered animals.
Oh, so whale, sea turtle. That's neat. And representing it a little bit by pulling it off.
Yeah, they're not. They're starting to separate from from the rest of the blocks.
Yeah. That's neat. And then, of course, I know this one. I got this one, Steve.
Okay, go for it.
That one over there, that's extinct animals.
Got it.
Yes. I know. I got a fan. Hi, Cynthia. Cynthia used to be one of our educators here. So extinct species as well are represented in this in total art.
And you can see that it's further separated from the rest of the blocks.
So it's not just
sort of symbolic.
Right. I was going to say, it's not just the art piece itself. You have pieces that are pulled off. I love what you said, kind of separating and then gone.
Yes, unfortunately.
Already over there. That's neat. And on the other side of that one is a saber-toothed cat.
Oh, okay.
I saw that. That's kind of cool. Brett, have you shown the art? Have you shown the corn yet?
I showed the corn.
You did? All right.
I
Just
know it's
checking.
important.
Very cool. A neat piece. We are at the very front of the zoo. North American entrance is right behind us. So a neat piece you can see as you're coming to visit the zoo next time you're here. Check out some
of the parts.
Some of the parts. Have you noticed every time we have a transition what Brett does behind the camera? Right? Right? She's like, oh, you can go now.
Just trying to help. Just trying to keep you in line.
I need as much help as I can get, Brett. So thank you very much for that. Ooh, ooh, yellow jackets all over the place. So you've brought us here.
Yes.
What is this?
This is stone that stands in an empty sky.
Can you say that again?
Stone that stands in an empty sky.
I love the flourish at the end.
This piece here is made by Roger Halligan.
Okay.
He's a former North Carolina artist, and he was also a former exhibit designer here at the zoo. So this piece has an armature of steel, and then the outside here that you see is concrete, similarly to what Steve was talking about at the Family That Prays Together.
Oh, the ocelots.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is another human fabricated rock piece.
That's
but
cool.
as a sculpture. And we have a beautiful silhouette at the top there.
That's cool. What is that?
That represents the Carolina parakeet, which is now an extinct species, but there used to be thousands of Carolina parakeets festooning among the treetops.
Did you just drop a festoon on us?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
They would fly among the trees in the canopy,
Yeah.
and they are unfortunately no longer here. Very colorful, beautiful bird.
Yeah.
So this piece is in honor of them.
Yep.
Do you know why they're extinct, Steve?
Unfortunately, I do. And we see a lot of the same kind of thing that's going on today in many, many places across the world. One, first and foremost, habitat loss. They needed connected forests. They needed lots of trees. As you mentioned, they're festooning. They're all over the trees. And so they needed a lot of that habitat. And as European settlers came over, making these dramatic changes, huge impact on the numbers of the Carolina parakeet. A couple other things, they were being hunted and poached, killed illegally for tail feathers, for wings, for feathers they would use in all kinds of garments and all kinds of clothing as well. A little bit of pet trade. People would keep them as pets. There was a couple instances of that happening. But I believe it was in the early 1900s that the entire population was taken away and destroyed. So really devastating out there. I love this piece, though, because it represents that story. Mm-hmm. That animals that were here in tremendous numbers can go away literally in the snap of a finger. You all are probably more familiar with the passenger pigeon who went away. Billions of birds who went away because we got rid of where they were roosting. We got rid of where they lived. It became sport to shoot them, and they went away that way. So it's kind of a bummer. We're not sure. We don't know a whole lot about the Carolina parakeet, but one really kind of fun thing, we think they might have been toxic. Kind of cool. They ate all kinds of little seeds and other berries that other animals couldn't because they're poisonous. They're toxic to them. So there's a lot of popular theory that when the birds were eating that, it was then making their flesh, their muscles, toxic to other animals. So they weren't real high on predators' lists. So
Very interesting.
Yeah, kind of a little fun little fact. But I want to show you, Brett, can you come over here? I want to show another little piece of art that's kind of associated with this one. It's down here. And this kind of captures what I was just talking about. So art, beautiful, lovely, nice to look at, really cool mediums made out of. Steve and Brooke here to share that with us. But another fine form of art is the actual word. And look at this. Up here in the mountains, we know what extinct means. We know that the wolf's gone, the panther. We've heard the old stories. Run down, stutter out into silence. Who knows where we're heading? So we need to be those stewards. And the art is another way we can share that with our guests here at the North Carolina Zoo. Ah! What?
Steve, get down.
Can you see me?
No, I can't see
Oh.
the top of your head. Get down.
Sorry, everybody. So, that's our episode today from Zoo Adventures about art in the park. Steve, thank you very much for coming. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
Awesome. Brooke?
Yes, it was fun.
Did you? Yeah?
Yeah.
They were very nervous to start. Did it show, digital friends? No way. But you did mention one thing, that if you've really enjoyed the episode today and you think you'd like to get involved in a different kind of way, they can donate to the Art in the Park here at the North Carolina Zoo. Is that through the Zoo Society?
Yes.
So the North Carolina Zoo Society, nczoo.com. If there's something that you're interested in, you can go there and maybe make a little donation for the art here at the North Carolina Zoo. So, hope you had a great time. Thank you, Brooke. Thank you, Steve. Your Zoo Adventures team today was new. Steve in front of the camera, Brooke and Steve in front of the camera. Brett's old and she was behind the camera.
Hi, I'm old.
We hope to see y'all again soon. Stay safe. Bye, y'all.